Hi everybody. How's everybody doing out there? Welcome to Dave's Island Instruments Ukulele Workshop. Just wanted to start off with a song, and that's kind of the one that we're gonna learn today. Actually, it'd be awesome. So, how's everybody doing out there? Wow, this is a crazy weekend this weekend. We got summer solstice. We got Father's Day. We have, what else do we got? Make Music Day, which is tomorrow. Go Skate Day. I'm a skateboarder, so I have to go skateboarding. And some say it's supposed to be the end of the world, so we'll see what happens. A lot of stuff this weekend. It's so crazy. I hope everybody's staying safe out there. There's a lot of, there's a lot of craziness out there, and I love this Saturday because it's all about music. It's about good vibes. It's about sharing. It's about learning, and that's why we put all this. That's why we put this on for all of you guys from DEII. But I just want to talk a little bit about what's happening this weekend. Of course, it's the first day of summer is tomorrow, summer solstice, which is June 21st. Happy Father's Day to all the fathers out there, and I have a special song for my dad. Hopefully, maybe he'll get on, but I'm going to play his favorite song afterwards. If you guys like, you can check it out. It's in the ukulele social link. Carrie, if you could put that link in there, that'd be kind of cool so people can get the music. And also the starter sheets, which I'll put up on the screen. We'll put a link to that also. I see a lot of stuff on here. Let's see. Hi, Meg. Hi, Gary. Meg. Oh, Make Music Day. Yes, Meg. Again. Dun, dun, dun. Happy solstice. Happy everything. All right. Also, I have to go skateboarding tomorrow because it's Go Skate Day. But Make Music Day, it's actually an awesome day. I just want to talk about that because in my travels with my beautiful young lady, my first time to Paris, France, we actually ended up in Paris on June 21st. And this is how Make Music Day started, was in Paris or in France. And they have what's called the Fête de la Musique. I think that's what it's called. And basically what they do is they open up the whole city to all musicians. If you guys, hopefully, once all this quarantine stuff goes away or COVID-19 goes away, you guys get a chance to experience the Fête de la Musique in Paris because it's just an awesome thing. There's all the musicians are out on the street corners. It's just one big party in Paris, and it was just amazing. So if you guys get a chance, definitely check that out. So today, we're just going to go over some of the basics of ukulele. So let me put up the sheet here. Bum, bum, bum. We'll start off with a teaching of ukulele. Also, today I have a tech tip. Desperado is going to be the last song that I play. We'll actually go over Leaving on a Jet Plane. It's a pretty easy song that we can learn together. And then I have a challenge for everybody for playing music. And actually, I'll just let you guys know too, Ohana Ukuleles, which we do sell their ukuleles at Dave's Island Instruments. Our store is open, so you guys can check out our website. You can also you can order online, and you can also make appointments to come in to check it out. I know some people wanted to get some strings changed or needs to get a new ukulele for their dad tomorrow, but we probably won't be open tomorrow, so I don't know. But anyways, let's see. Let's get into teaching ukulele. Let me get my sheet up here. Oh, teachers. Here we go. We'll use my little techie thing. See if it works. Yeah, it worked. All right, so for those of you that are new, if you don't know, I came up with this in my, just a little bit of background on myself. If you guys don't know me, I need some coffee. Hold on. For my awesome Air Force cup. Bam. If you guys don't know me, I've been playing ukulele for about 5 years. I think my claim to fame is that I just play every day. Ever since I started, I've played every day. I just basically made a commitment to learn ukulele and developed a passion and love for the ukulele. And that's, I think, why you guys are here today. So hopefully I can help you a little bit, because one of the things I did was I taught myself. There's a lot of information nowadays online that you can actually teach yourself to play ukulele. It's good to get teachers and lessons and stuff like that, but honestly, you guys can definitely teach yourself, which I did. And one of the first things is actually to make a commitment to playing ukulele and going from there. But it is a musical journey. If you see at the top here, this is your musical journey. Not only do I play ukulele, but I also play handpan now. I'm also starting to play guitar. We have actually my girl just ordered me a flute, so I might be playing flute a little bit. I kind of like that. I've never played a wind instrument, so any flute players out there, maybe they can help me out. It is a musical journey, and what I've been finding is I'm learning so much about music, and I just love the language of music. So, I'm glad I'm here. I can share this with you guys. But the first thing, I'm going to go through this kind of quickly. I know if you guys go on our past workshops, I do go over this every single time. So I believe these basics are the foundation of what you're going to be doing with your ukulele. And I also believe in techniques, so I'll give you guys a technique tip today that I've been working on also. So let's go over the history of the ukulele. If you guys didn't know, the ukulele started, actually it's an Hawaiian adoption of the Portuguese machete. So, it is a Hawaiian instrument. It actually is the state instrument, but it's from Portugal. And actually, if you go further in history, it's funny because they say, how the guitar is the big brother of the ukulele, and sometimes people think that the guitar came first. But I don't know. If you look up the history, the first guitars were 4-string, so basically they were ukuleles. That's kind of crazy. So I think it started out with a ukulele, and then it became a guitar. So you guys can check out that stuff. It's pretty cool. But the word ukulele, if you don't know, stands for jumping flea. There's several stories of why that happened. But uku in the Hawaiian language means head lice or fleas, and then lele is to jump. So, every day, keep on strumming ukulele. I forgot to start out with that. So actually, you guys, I'm working on some t-shirts for that. So if you guys are interested, let me know in the comments if you guys would be interested in getting some keep on strumming ukulele t-shirts. I think those would be pretty cool. But going back to the jumping flea, let's see, jumping flea. But basically the three stories are one, when the Portuguese came over and brought the machete and the cavaquinho, they were so happy because of the long trip. They jumped off the ship and they were jumping around with their cavaquinos or their ukuleles. Okay. The other one is as you play the ukulele, if you ever seen people play, your fingers are like jumping all over the strings, and I think this is why they called it. That's probably the more true story of it, but it looks like fleas jumping on the strings. The other one that I love this story, I always talk about it, Queen Liliuokalani, the last Hawaiian monarch. She said it's an old saying meaning, uku meaning gift, and lele to come. And it's basically the gift that came. And I believe the ukulele is a gift, especially for myself. And I love this story because it makes it more nice. But you guys can believe what you want. Check it out. Look it up. It's good to know your history on your instruments. Okay, beginner tips. Why ukulele? I think this is a big one. I've been bringing on guests, and the big question I ask these guests that have been playing ukulele: why ukulele? Everybody has their different reasons. One, for me, it was on my bucket list. Also, a lot of my family's from Hawaii, so I think I had an affinity towards the ukulele. But what I love about the ukulele is its compactness, its sound, and you can bring it wherever you want and play everywhere. Ever since I started playing ukulele like 5 years ago, we've been traveling all over the place, going to Europe, and I'd always bring my ukulele, and it's super fun. Like, just to bring that vibe, especially in the airport. I love playing in the airport because everybody's all stressed out about travel. And then usually if I'm playing, like people like thank me and like, oh yeah, that was so nice and stuff like that. So, but you know, why is a big reason. It'll actually, I tell people that everybody says like the ukulele is supposedly the easiest instrument to learn, but I say it's easy to learn but hard to practice. And what will get you to practice every day is your why. And my biggest why was that I wanted to play, sing and play for my girl, and I thought that was the coolest thing. I didn't think I could do it, but it just, you know, I just kept practicing until I did. It's like every day. But why is very important. You guys need to find your why, because as you're practicing, if you're a beginner, what's going to happen is your fingers are going to hurt. Your hand, this hand is going to start, this is my left hand, which does all this, and it's never done that before. Like 5 years ago, my hand never worked like that, so you have to work it out. And as you're building muscles in these hands, it starts to hurt, so you need to stretch it. And that may cause people to like quit before they even started. So, you know, and that why will get you through all the pain that you're going to go through to playing the ukuleles, or trying to get the chords, doing bar chords with your hands and stuff like that, because you have to get this hand working and work it out. Okay, so find that why on why you want to play, whether it's you just love the sound of this music, whether it's on your bucket list, whatever it is, just get started and find that why. The next thing is get a decent ukulele. If you notice my ukulele, we have a local company here. It's called Ohana Ukuleles. If you've never heard of them, I like to stick with the local ukulele people since I'm here in Long Beach. But they make some great sounding ukuleles. This is the TK70R, which I bought like 3 or 4 years ago, and it's still rocking. And one of the things I always tell people, because they always ask me, what kind of ukulele should I get? Well, in the beginning, get one that you can afford and that sounds good. And Ohana makes those kind of ukuleles, and usually you want to get one to start out with and then go from there. I don't have my ukuleles with me, but I could show you. I'll show you in a little bit what ukuleles I used to have. But definitely get one that you can afford and that is decent. And if you have any questions, actually Gary Gattori out there, I see him. He's a great person to talk to about ukuleles. He has a ton of them, and you know, they come in different styles, different woods. Mine is a solid spruce top, okay, has a slot head, you know, and it's made, I think this is rosewood or whatever, but it's very nice sounding ukulele. Okay, so, and if you guys have any questions, you guys definitely can contact us at DII. Let's see, there are different materials. There's all kinds of different stuff for ukulele. There's solid woods, regular different woods, expensive, cheap, you know, all that stuff. So, you know, if you have any questions, again, just feel free to ask. You guys can even ask on the chat right now. All right. First things first, when I first started playing the ukulele, the big thing was holding it. If you notice how I'm holding it right now, and getting comfortable with it in your lap, or just holding your ukulele. I was in the Air Force, and we never had a weapon. We weren't like, you know, Army guys, but you know how the Army guys, they have to sleep with their weapon, if you've ever seen that. But it's just this is your weapon of music, and you have to get used to it, meaning your hand going up and down the board, holding it, you know, stuff like that. For the beginners out there, an easy way to see if you're in the right position is to put your ukulele out in front of you. Most of us are right-handed. Take your right hand and bring it down on top of it and grab it by where the neck and the body meet, and you hold it like that, and then you pull it into you. And what's going to happen, if you see right here, that's where you kind of like hold the ukulele. The back should be on your body, and you could feel the vibrations of the back of the body. Your hand, see how my hand comes up here? Usually I rest it like this, like that, but you kind of want to keep your hand straight. Okay, and you see my thumb up here? Usually you want to rest your thumb like that. And I'm going to talk about that a little bit more because I've been practicing on the position of my thumb or the technique. Okay, and then your fingers should curl over. You don't want like a tweaked hand like that, or you don't want it all tweaked. You just kind of see how my arm is flat right there? You just want to keep it like that. Okay, so that would be a good position, and you should be able to hold it without your hand, and it should stay like that because this will stay in that position and your hand is free. Okay, that's how you hold an ukulele. And when I first started, I used to carry, my girl thought I was crazy because I used to carry my ukulele all over in the house, not even playing, just so I can get used to holding the ukulele. So, you know, that's a good thing to know. Now, basics that you're going to want to learn. Actually, I'm just going to go over to my next thing. We're just going to go over the parts of the ukulele. We got the handpan basics. Let's see. Oh, actually, I should have kept that up. Dang it. We'll go to 4. I'll use my thing. Boom. Yeah, all right. That works. Awesome. All right, ukulele basics. Let's go over a little bit of that. Know your ukulele, go over the history, you know, go over that. We kind of went with that. Play slowly at first. When we're going to be, when you do all your practices, the first thing you want to do is go really slow. I know when you start, you kind of want to like jam on the ukulele, but you want to just start out really slow when you're practicing. Biggest thing is count to 4, see how slow you can count. Let's try it. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4. And I purposely pause for a long time, and it feels uncomfortable when you do it that way, but if you can go slow, it'll make you faster. Okay? Just remember that, and remember the count to 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's like one of my practices. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay? Just remember that. Play slowly. Now let's go over some of the basics. Let me make this bigger. I can't even see it. All right. Learn how to hold the ukulele. Actually, let's go over some of the parts of the ukulele. If you guys can see it. This top is a headstock, and if you notice, mine's a slot head versus a regular one over on the other side. This holds your tuners. Right here is the nut, okay? Then you have your frets. Actually, the metal part is the frets, but where you put your finger is going to be in between the frets, like right here, okay? And if you notice the numbers on the side, it's kind of important. It's 1, 2, 3, 4. That would be fret numbers. Remember that, okay? 5, all right? And if you guys didn't know what these dots are right here, those are called fret markers. And what it does, it marks the number of frets. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This next dot would be 7. This next dot would be 10. And then this next dot would be 12. Depending on the size of the ukulele that you have, I have a tenor size, okay? You might have less or more dots on it. Also, sometimes the dots on the side, if you see, some of the ukuleles come with dots on the side also, just to mark that. Now, the string tuning, okay, if you look at it, it's G, C, E, A. So starting from this top string would be G, and then the next one would be C, E, A. And they also are numbered. The G, the top string would be 4, 3, 2, and then 1 going down, and those correspond with those numbers. Those numbers, the fret numbers and the string numbers and the notes, you guys should know those. So when I say put your finger on fret 3, string 1 would be right here. Boom. That would be actually, and why I said that, because that's usually the first chord that you learn is that C, or that C note. I need to pluck it. Okay. Or if I said to put your finger on or fret 4, string 4, so that would be the 4th fret. Come down, 1, 2, 3, 4, and the fourth string would be this one right here. Okay, so just remember that as you're listening to people and learning, they're gonna refer to these numbers on your ukulele. Now, if you go down the neck, okay, it meets the body here. Usually, it's around the 12th. You know, it depends on the ukulele that you have. This right here is the sweet spot for strumming. If you notice, most of your hands kind of perfectly, that's like the sweet spot for strumming right there. Okay. Now you have your sound hole. This is where the sound comes out of. Then you have your bridge or your saddle that holds your bridge. Okay. Now your bridge and your nut right here are adjustable. If you look at your ukulele sideways like that, you'll see the height of your strings. You can adjust the height of your strings. Okay. The closer it is to the board, the easier it is to press. The farther away from the board, it's harder to press, but makes a bigger sound. If it's lower to the board, it's easier to press, but makes a lower sound. So cool. Hopefully you guys got that. And you can actually adjust. Those are the things that you can adjust. All right. And then your strings. You know, there's actually on strings. A lot of you probably have a high G ukulele. Most ukuleles are called a reentrant instrument, which meaning it starts with a high note, that high G, and then a low C, okay? And then it goes linear. I have a low G on top. If you guys notice, it makes a little bit different sound, but it's a linear, which is, I can go G, C, E, A, so it goes low, low, high, high, high. I go low to high, like in a linear fashion, okay? So if my ukulele sounds a little bit different than yours, it's because I have a low G on top. All right, and if you guys have any questions on that, feel free to ask. All right, now let's see. Learn how to notes and chords. Okay, this is a little bit of music theory. I'm not going to get into it because I like to teach techniques more. Music theory you can get online and stuff like that, but you have to know what notes versus a chord is. So if you guys put your finger on the fret 3, string A or string 1, okay, and just a note for you new beginners, okay, see how my hands, this finger, my pointer finger is in that fret, my other finger is in that fret, and you could lay your 4 fingers on 4 frets. Now if you're gonna put your finger on the 3rd fret 1st string, I would use the finger that fits in that fret. It doesn't always happen that way, but that's usually how you want to do it, whatever. And you're going to move your hand down like this as you're playing. So you want to make sure you're keeping your hand like that, okay? And whatever finger is there, you put it in that spot. So C, if you take this and use your index finger for the C, that would be the C note. If you pluck that string, you would get a C note. That would be a single note. Okay, a chord is multiple, so if you keep your finger on that string and you strum it, you're actually strumming G, C, E, and then C because you're making that note a C. And that would be a chord because you're strumming multiple notes. So a note is a single note, and then a chord is multiple notes, just like that, okay? And then the basic notes are A, B, C, D, E, F, G. There's usually 8, and it usually goes back. Okay, so A to A. If you start from B, you go B to B. If you start from C, you go C to C. So there's always 8 notes in there. And then you're going to have minors, majors, sharps. You'll start hearing all that stuff. I'm not going to go into it. That's something that you guys can research and check out. And let's see, ukulele tuning we already went over. And I'm just going to give you a really quick on the strumming. Okay, there's 2 ways to activate your ukulele, is strumming, and then there's picking or plucking, like that. Okay, let's talk about strumming. You can strum actually with all your fingers if you want. See, I'm using all those fingers, all right? But usually you start out with a little thumb strum. It's kind of easy. And if you see how I have my hand positioned, okay, that's an easy strum. If you want to strum it where the sweet spot is, see how I'm holding the bottom of the ukulele, and I'm strumming with the thumb. But an easy way to figure out how to do a thumb strum, I'm going to do it in slow motion. What you want to do is, a lot of times when you first start, you feel kind of weird on playing the ukulele. You think it is a fragile instrument, but you can actually beat on it. So, like if you take this top string and you push it out, I know it's gonna feel weird. Don't like break the string, but there is tension, and you can pull it out a lot. So go ahead and do that on your ukulele, just to feel the tension of your ukulele or your string. Okay. Now I want you to take that tension, position your thumb like this, kind of I use like the edge, let's see if you can see it, like the edge, like that, okay? And then what I do in the beginning, what you want to do is start your thumb on the top string, like that, and then push, and then rest on the next string, and you should be on the C string, and then push again, and then push again, and then push again, all the way out, okay? That would be a slow motion thumb strum. 1, 2, 3, 4. And you want to start it out like that and then slowly get faster. So go ahead and try that on your ukulele until, and you want to hear every note. G, C, E, A, G, C, E, A, G, C, E, A, G, and then you just start breezing. Pretty soon you'll have a breeze like that, and you want to hit all the strings. And the reason why you want to do it slow, because sometimes you can strum and miss the bottom string, or you can start from the C string and just hit the bottom, and it just give it a different tone. But if you want a full sound, you want to get all those notes in there. Okay, so just try that. And the usual practice that I have is that you just count, just remember the 4 count, 1, 2, 3, 4. And then do strums like that. And I would practice like this. I do what is called a 4/4. I just do 4 sets of 4, and I would go 1, 2, 3, 4, and strum. 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3, and 4. And that would be a practice, just to practice, get used to strumming those strings. Now there's your thumb, which is a major strummer, and then there's also your finger, which I use the most now. Okay, beginning, a lot of beginners use your thumb, which is fine, but you're going to get your finger in there also. Similar to the thumb strum, getting your finger underneath, but what you're going to do on the finger, see, on the thumb, I'm using kind of the side of my thumb, but what you want to do is you want to curl your finger under, and it kind of wants to be like this. And if you want to practice that underneath, just get your finger and pop out, just so you can feel the tension of your finger. And then what you want to do, same thing with your thumb, and you can press your finger too, like this with your thumb if your finger is weak, just like that. And practice just hitting one string, just like the thumb. One, starting from the top, and you push down, oops, and then push down, and then push down, and then push down, and then just keep practicing that. And then pretty soon it's like that. And eventually what you want to do is, if you guys ever seen the prize wheel, I talk about this all the time, like when you spin the wheel and then you see that little clicker that goes like that, you kind of want your finger to be the same way. Just like that. Okay. And same thing with your thumb. You can go up and down with your thumb like this. And then you can go up and down with your finger. And then I would do the same practices with your finger. You can practice the 4/4s, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, and strum. 1, 2, 3, 4, and you just practice that and speed those up if you want to. Okay, and then you can add in the up if you want. If you want to go 1, 2, 3, 4, you go 1, 2, 3, 4, just to practice those strums. Okay, and that's a good practice to learn. Okay, now those are strumming. Those are the finger and thumb. All right. Now, if you're plucking, I like to use. This is actually on the plucking. What I like to do is practice both your left hand and your right hand. Okay, and that's where your timing is going to come into effect, because this hand has the time with this hand. All right. And what I do, and if you take anything from today, if you're brand new, you want to get these fingers working, and you can do what is called a chromatic scale. I have a thing where it's every day, keep on strumming ukulele. But I have a 15-minute practice that you guys can do every single day. You can check out my YouTube channel, which is Daniel TimTim, and then just look up my 15-minute practice. And what I did is I showed everybody my full 15-minute practice, because as I was going through YouTube, and everybody tells me all these practice routines, but kind of really didn't show it, and I wanted to see the full thing. So if you guys want to see a 15-minute practice, you guys can check that out. You don't have to copy it. Practice what you need to practice for the time that you're in. So the first one, but the basic one, is for plucking. What you want to do is, on this hand, there's different techniques. You can pluck with your thumb. 1, 2, 3, 4. That'd be like one finger. Okay. Or there's 4 strings, so you can use 4 fingers. You can use your thumb for the top, your index finger for the C, the middle finger for the E, or your index finger for the last one. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. There's also a 3-finger technique. This is one I use. I use the thumb for the top. I use my finger to do the 2 middles, and then I use my middle finger to do the A string. So it goes like this: 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Or you can do 2 fingers. It's up to you. Or you can do 1 finger if you like that. But I would suggest learning how, eventually, as you get better, you can use all the fingers, which is really cool. Okay. But just keep practicing that. And a practice that I use is a chromatic. My very first practice, when I wake up in the morning, this is what I do. And if you see my fingers, they're just going to go, it's a chromatic. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then I skip strings. I go down to the C string. 1, 2, 3, 4. And if you notice, I'm using this finger over here. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then 1, 2, 3, 4. What I do from that point, I go down to the 5th, because that would be the starting of the next 4 frets, okay? And then I do chromatic again. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then I move over another 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And if you notice where my pinky is, I'm on the 12th fret. Okay, and that's where you should end up. 1, 2, 3, 4. Or 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then I'm done. And why I do that is because I want to touch every chord or every note going down, and I want to feel my hand go down the board, and I always practice that. That's a fast way. Okay. And then I also go backwards. Okay. And if you watch it, that's what I practice, going all the way down. And it helps. What it does a few things. One, it gets your timing with this hand and this hand. You also practice your plucks, and then you also get to hear all the notes on your ukulele, because every single one of those are a note. Okay. And that's how I practice my plucking. All right. So hopefully that helps you guys. And then the last thing, God, I can't even read. Reading music sheets, and we'll go over that. We'll go over that in a minute. Okay. So we're at 1:38. All right. And next thing, practice, practice, practice. Like I said, practice routine. Check out my 15 minutes, and you'll see what that entails. Everybody tells me I don't have time to practice. I think if you can set aside 15 minutes a day, you will see a huge difference in your ukulele playing, and I think all the students out there can attest to that. Dun, dun, dun. How's everybody doing? Every day? Are you guys excited? All right, keep on strumming ukulele. All right, let's see. Practice, practice, practice. We're gonna get into sheets. Actually, on the basics, I like to give a little tech tip. One of the things, and I kind of want to give it to you guys now, because what's happening with me playing is I'm starting to get more technical on where I place my fingers and trying to get a perfect position. The other day, I learned a new song with my daughter, and I was trying to play. I had some new chords, and I was like, wow, I can't switch like fast enough. And then what I found is, and actually I got this tip from Craig Chi and Sarah Massell, but Craig was talking about how you place your thumb behind the ukulele. And basically, if you see my hand now, you see my thumb up here, okay? Some people curl it around so they grip it. But what you can do, you don't really need to do that. You can place your thumb on the back. Let's see if I can see that. Just like that. And I know everybody's hand is different, but what I found is if you keep it just kind of lightly on the back, and if you practice this in the beginning, it's going to be a lot better. You can reach your chords easier. And I haven't moved my thumb in the back, if you guys can see. But what I suggest is practicing your thumb where it feels comfortable, but it's easier to reach all those chords. And what I find is my thumb in that position, and it's weird because I was always playing like that with my overhand, or my thumb over, instead of paying attention to where my thumb is. And it actually makes a huge difference in playing. So now what I have to do is I have to relearn the positioning of my thumb. So for those of you that are just beginning, be aware of that. It's not, there's not like a perfect position because everybody's hand is different. You're gonna have to find the position for yourself. And on the back of my ukulele, there's kind of like, a position for it. And then as you move your thumb down, it's kind of like you don't want to push too hard with that thumb. Because your hand will start getting messed up, but you want to have a light touch. You still have to work out your fingers to do things like that, but just be aware of where your thumb is, okay? And practice that right now, because if you start learning, you're gonna have to relearn, which I'm doing now. I've actually kind of worked out my hand where I can do that, but if you haven't, it's gonna be a struggle to relearn, which, it's always tough for anything to try to relearn something. So that's my tech tip for today. Okay, so let's go back. Let's go back to boom. Ooh. Oh no, I'm starting now. We're gonna go over song sheets, and we're gonna go over. This is actually a new song for all the Ukulele Social people out there. This is gonna be. It's on the Ukulele Social sheets, and it's leaving on a jet plane. This song actually is really fun. It only has 4 chords: G, C, A minor, D7. Now, once for you guys beginning, you did all that stuff, you learned your basics, your fingers are working good, now you want to sing a song, okay? And actually, you don't need your fingers to work good, you just need to learn how to do those chords, which is, there's G. If you see this up there, wait, let's see if I can do it. There, that G is a chord chart. And in the starter packets, there is chord charts that you'll see. But in these chord God, I can do it. These chord things, those dots are where you put your fingers. And if you look at it, okay, there's 5 frets. It would start from the top, and then that on this side it would be the G, C. It's just showing the fretboard all the way down to the 5th. So that G, if you see it, you would put your finger here, here, and there. Oh, I did it. Yeah. That was kind of weird to do backwards. But that's how that would work. Okay. So if you see, this is how I do it. A G, 1, oops, 2, and then I put my finger here. That's a G. So try that. Okay. This is what I usually do if I'm learning a new song. I'll look at the chords. Now there's a C. Just a 1 finger chord. Then you have your A minor. Remember these because these are good chords to learn. I just put my finger at the top. You see that? And this might be a struggle for some people because this is a D7. And what you're doing is, see my finger? I'm pressing all those strings right there. Okay? That's sometimes that you have to work on kinda. And then see this finger goes right there, and that would be a D7. Okay. Now if you look at it, okay, all songs have like a riff going to it, okay? And leaving on a jet plane, you see the first chord, which all my bags, that's G, and then packed, you see the C, and then standing, and then C. This is what I call the one-hit wonder. I'm just practicing the chords in the riff. So you have a G, and then an A minor, and a D7. And why I do that in the beginning is because I want to see how to switch, because as you're beginning, the switching is going to be what you're going to have to learn. You can do the chords, but to switch from a G to a C, G, C, G, C, and if I'm not used to that switch, that's what I would do. I would go, if you see the first line, all my bags are packed, it would be G and C. I would just practice that transition all day long. C, G, C, G, C. Now the next one, it would be, we already do the G to the C, so the next one would be the G to the A minor, okay? Just feel that G to the A minor, okay? And then the A minor to the D7, A minor to the D7, A minor to the D7, and if you notice, it goes back to the G. G to the C, G to the C, G, A minor, D7. Now, if you look down the chart, that's what it does, the whole thing. Your riff is going to be G, C, G, C, G, A minor, D7. That's how it sounds, okay? And how I do this in the beginning, I think I taught this last time. Oh, no, I didn't. But how I do this beginning, I call like the one-hit wonder. Say, a lot of people know the song, but say you didn't. The first thing, if you have never heard the song, I would listen to it first, okay? And then, and kind of get the beat. And then I would go for a one-hit wonder. And this is my one-hit wonder. I would sing it in a regular voice. Actually, I would just say it. So if you start at the top, you go 1, 2, 3, 4. All my bags are packed. I'm C, ready to go. And then I'm standing here outside my door. I hate to wake you up to say D7. But the G is breaking its C morn. The taxi's waiting, it's blowing his horn. Already I'm so lonesome I could die. So once I got that, I kind of have the timing in a slow way, and then I would speed it up a little bit. All my bags are packed, I'm ready to go. I'm standing here outside your door. I hate to wake you up to say goodbye, D7. But the dawn is breaking, it's early morn. The taxi's waiting, he's blowing his horn. Already I'm so lonesome I could cry. And then from there, that's where I take it. I start doing slow or speeding it up, and then I try to get it to a beat where I feel comfortable. I believe music comes from you. Everybody asks me about like strum patterns. What's the strum pattern for this? But I don't like to teach strum patterns because your right hand is your rhythm. Everybody has a different rhythm. That's where your strum pattern comes, okay? And usually after a while, once you get the 4, you'll have your own beat. And you can sing the song any way you want to. You can sing it the way Peter, Paul, and Mary sung it. You can go slow, fast, whatever you want to do or how you're feeling. And that's the great part of playing ukulele and doing cover songs, because you can make that song your own. So that's basically how I take a song sheet. And then as you saw in the beginning, that's actually the song I played. Okay. So hopefully that helps you guys. You guys can take the sheet. It is in the Ukulele social sheet, so you can actually download those and print those out. And if you want to, if you see this website on the top where it says Richard G's Ukulele Songbook, that's also on the Teach Yourself Ukulele. But check that website out, because if you're looking for songs that are already written out like that, they're already written out like that. So cool. Hopefully that helps you. All right. So we're getting towards the end. Does anybody have any questions at all? I see Meg out there. I see everybody. Bam, bam. Any questions at all? No. This Wednesday, just to give you an update, we are doing our ukulele social. We've been having a great time learning new songs. If Amy's out there, she's been on doing some great stuff. What else? We just had some fun stuff. My mom's been getting on, which is cool. And, it's fun to learn new songs and, stuff like that. And I always take requests for people that want to learn new songs, and then I learn them, and then, go for there, and I help you guys learn them from that point. So no questions right now. So what I'm going to do, you guys go ahead and if you do have some questions, go for it. But what I'm going to go over right now is, let's see, Ukulele Basics. Let's see what I got here. Teach Yourself Ukulele. We're going to go over Desperado. Yeah. All right. Since it's Father's Day, it's funny, my dad actually plays guitar. He plays a little bit of ukulele, but he's been a music guy for a while. And he never taught me music, but I had to teach myself. But now he's been playing guitar. He's actually playing, and I bought him an ukulele, and I got him an ukulele a few years back. And every chance I get, I want to play with him. But his favorite song, he told me, this song was Desperado by the Eagles. I'm not going to go over it, but I'm just going to sing it because it's Happy Father's Day, and this is my tribute to my dad. This is a kind of a difficult song if you're trying it out. If you look at the chords, you have F. If you guys want to play along, you have F7, which is here. You have A minor. You have D minor. G7, B flat. You can do a couple ways. If you look at that chord, so you can do it that way. If you guys see my hand, I like to bar it, so I bar that whole front and then do the same thing. flat. And then see the B flat? If you do it this way, all you have to do is take off your middle finger. I'm not flipping you off, but that's a B minor. Okay. G minor 7 right here, and that finger goes there. Sounds like that. Okay. A7, just one finger. It's a one finger chord right there. And then you have C. Those are all the chords in Desperado. Okay. And I know a lot of you know this song, and it's a great song. So I'm still drinking coffee. It's the afternoon. Crazy. All right. So I'm going to start out with the chord progressions for those of you who want to play along. I'll do the first. Do the first verse instrumental, and then actually wait. I will do the first and second verse instrumental, so we can catch up. And then where you see it says, but you only get one, I'll say G minor to the C7 on that second, right here. Oh, I'm pointing to it right at that section. Yeah, that's hard to do backwards. And then once we hit that C7, then I'm going to start to sing. Okay? So, if you guys don't have any more questions, let's get this song done and have a great rest of your day. All right? And happy Father's Day to all those people out there. I know there's some great fathers, and, keep doing what you're doing. All right? So, here we go. On the count of 4. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4. F7, B flat, B flat minor, F, D minor, G7, C7, F, F7, B flat minor, F, A7, D minor, G minor, C7, F, and then this is the second riff, D minor, A minor, B flat, C7, F, B flat, F, C, D minor, A minor, motto. It's for all you fathers out there. You know, you guys are working hard. Awesome. So, any questions, you guys? If not, I'll just wait out there. Thanks for being on. Again, don't forget about tomorrow. If you guys, actually, I have a challenge for you. Tomorrow, Hannah is putting up, or actually, if you are on Instagram, they want to see some people playing ukulele. Or if you have an Ohana ukulele, they want to see you guys playing songs. So definitely for Make Music Day, I would say this. You don't have to post anything, but record yourself playing and listen to it. Okay? It's probably the craziest thing you'll ever do because we are our worst critics. But it's a good thing so you can hear yourself and watch yourself play. And, you know, that I think it's a good thing to do. And if you get really squirrely, go ahead and post it online and just put yourself out there. It's fun. It may be a scary thing, but once you take that first step, then everything is definitely easier. So Make Music Day tomorrow. I want to hear all those ukuleles out there playing. I had a great day today. Hopefully you guys learned some good stuff. This Wednesday I just want a reminder, Ukulele Social. Basically we're going to be jamming songs, get to learn songs, meet some people, learn, play, meet, do all that kind of stuff. A lot of the people on here are like cool, but check out the events page. It's going to be a Zoom call so we can all talk and have fun. But I know there's a lot of craziness in the world, and hopefully playing your ukulele will help you get out all that stress, which I believe it does. So thanks for joining me again. You guys have a great June 21st. And last but not least, every day. All right, I heard you guys. Keep on strumming ukulele. And I love my shirt. Dream, believe, and you will achieve. Have a good one. Till next time. See you guys in a couple weeks, or I'll see you on Wednesday. Have a great weekend and enjoy.